Eagles face the 2-5 Cowboys in Arlington. According to ESPN's Football Power Index, Philly has a 63% chance to win on Sunday. Stephen A., should the Eagles be favored in Dallas?
Yeah, they should be favored in Dallas because Dallas still doesn't have a quarterback. Their defense has vastly improved, but last time I checked, the Eagles' defense has been playing pretty good football, particularly their secondary. We got on Byron Maxwell earlier in the year, but he has shown up. Of course, my man Malcolm Jenkins has been balling, along with Fletcher Cox and a few others. In the end, what it comes down to, however, is that the Eagles' defense is on par with what we've seen from Dallas since Greg Hardy and Rolando McClain arrived. But offensively, the Dallas Cowboys are damn near offensive. They haven't been able to do anything right, really. And so when you look at it from that perspective, I think what it comes down to is the fact that if the Eagles give you anything, I think they can win this game. Obviously, they already lost to Dallas once. Having 2 division losses against the Dallas Cowboys is just bad. They can't afford to do that. Jordan Matthews has been beating himself up. I think he's got about 6 drops on the year. Other receivers have been dropping the ball. But I think in this particular game, the Eagles will do just enough to squeeze by the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's appropriate that they're favored because I think they're the better football team. They're the more complete football team, even with a suspect Sam Bradford as their quarterback. I just think that the multitude of weapons that they have, it comes down to Matt Castle or Brandon Whedon against Sam Bradford. And a suspect that Sam Bradford has been from time to time, there are a lot of dropped footballs that the Eagles wideouts have incurred this season. They got to catch the football. Some of those passes, some of those incompletions Sam Bradford has on his resume, on his record this season were undeserved. They've dropped a lot of passes. They've got to fix that. I think in a game of this magnitude, recognizing the urgency of the moment, I think they do that. I think the Eagles step up, they answer the bell, and I think they're appropriately favored because I think the Dallas Cowboys offense is somewhat anemic at this moment in time.
And I love it that my Cowboys are home underdogs to the arch-rival hated Philadelphia Eagles. I love it that all the pressure is now on the Eagles, and maybe some of the motivation is on the side of my homestanding Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go on record. We usually wait until Friday, Stephen A., but you know I'm a long-time, lifelong Cowboy fan. I'm going to show my colors early this week. My colors are metallic blue and silver. The Cowboys season starts right here, right now. They are going to beat the Eagles, even with Matt Castle at quarterback. I believe that even Matt Castle can make one more play than Sam Bradford can. I believe that my Cowboys will win this game and the next game at Tampa Bay to at least stay afloat for the return in 3 weeks of Tony Romo. And I believe there could be some quiet motivation, I hope they don't talk about it, as a payback game against this kid Jordan Hicks, the rookie. He's a very talented rookie out of the University of Texas for the Philadelphia Eagles. In fact, he is tied.
He's the one that hurt Romo.
Yeah, he hurt Romo, but he's tied for the lead in team tackles for the Eagles. Every time I look up, he's making another play. Way to go, kid. But you cheap-shotted Tony Romo. You said that you attacked him when he was on the ground, defenseless, and you broke his collarbone. And he's obviously been out since your game in Philly, which my Cowboys did win 20-10, and it was actually 20-3 until a cheap late touchdown. So my Cowboys beat your behinds pretty solidly, even with Brandon Whedon, just stay on the Whedon, finishing that game up as a relief pitcher. He threw a long touchdown pass. Remember the one that your man just watched? Remember the one Maxwell just watched Terrence Williams run to the end zone with? That made it 20-3. So I got a feeling that my Cowboys like their chances this time. They've been close, they've been close, they've been close. I just think the ball has to bounce their way just one time, and this is going to be the time at home. Again, division rival, like the circumstance. I don't mind that the Eagles are coming off a bye because I think they don't feel all that great about themselves at 3-4, and I think my defense feels pretty good about itself right now. So Darren McFadden pounds the ball. Maybe, just maybe, Castle makes 1 or 2 plays. I'm going to go down with the ship here. I'm hanging in with my Dallas Cowboys, and I feel good about this game. Thank you.
Well, you can feel good. You can feel good all you want to. You've been feeling good for about 5 weeks now. How's that worked out for you?
What did I say was going to happen last week in Seattle? I just said we got no shot. No shot.
Yeah, but you didn't mean it. You meant it against the Patriots,
no,
but you didn't mean it against Seattle.
I
did.
I 1,000% meant it.
As you would say, I know you better than you know yourself.
No.
For the last 5 weeks,
No.
you were sitting up there happy and excited,
No.
sitting up in there
Sorry.
watching the Cowboys. Let's
No.
go. We're going to do it. And it didn't happen.
You're
being
wrong.
phony, but it's
No.
okay. You thought the Cowboys were going to win at least 2 of those games.
No.
Yes, you did.
I told you they'd beat the
did.
Falcons, and I told you they'd beat the Saints in New Orleans.
I
And
did
they're
not
up
say you did not tell me
28-17
that.
at
I
halftime
did not
against
say
the
you did not
Falcons,
tell me
and
that.
it goes to overtime in New Orleans.
Wow,
I was really wrong.
I did not say you did not tell me that. I said quietly, privately, you thought otherwise. What you said for public consumption
I don't do that.
had nothing
I
to do
just
with how
speak
you
my
were
heart.
in your room. How you were in your room sitting there
In my
saying, we
room?
could do it, we could do it, we could do it. That's why your heart was broke. That's why your heart was broke. That's why you're miserable. That's why the Dallas Cowboys keep letting you down. I told you they were going to break your heart, and you wouldn't listen. And that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to disguise it because we got a long season to go.
No,
but
we
I know
don't.
you.
It starts
Your heart's
now.
broken because no, it doesn't. It's over, and you know it.
Oh, it's over?
I told you it's going to happen.
We're one
I told
game
you
out
it's
of
gonna
first
happen.
place in the loss column. Really,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
over?
Doesn't
After this weekend, you'll be
Doesn't
2
matter.
games.
Oh,
We'll
well,
discuss
we're gonna
that
be 2
later.
games.
We'll
Doesn't
get
matter.
into that later.
Wait a
Doesn't
second,
matter.
and since Miss
Doesn't
Molly
matter.
just threw this
Doesn't
out
matter.
there,
Yeah.
are we all
Doesn't matter.
sure, are we just 1,000% convinced that the Giants are going to win at the Buccaneers?
Yes,
Are we
and
sure
we're
of
going to
that?
discuss that later.
Oh, yeah, you were sure last week, too.
Oh, it was so close, Skip. Stop
oh,
it. You didn't know
were
the Giants
sure.
were going to put up that many points.
I did know. I saw that one coming.
I heard your scores. Those weren't your accurate predictions.
Yeah, well, so wait a second. The Redskins play at the Patriots.
They're gonna lose.
How's that going to work out for them? What if, just what if?
Oh, gosh.
What if the Giants got upset by Jameson Company down in Tampa Bay and the Heat down there?
That'd be sad.
And what if the Cowboys beat the Eagles? Then what would these standings look like? Wow. That would be interesting,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
that would be. But that won't happen.
Like I said, just setting yourself up to get your heart broke.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Well,
I'm trying
I'm
to
with
help
Stephen A.
I'm trying to be there for you.
Yeah, I'm not
trying to
writing
be there
a
for
sentence.
you. You don't want to listen. It's okay.
At least I'm going down with the ship, baby.
Okay,
Right?
you enjoy
You
going
go
down
on
with the
You say,
Titanic.
yeah, you go ahead and you do that.
Wave
you go
to
ahead
everybody
and you do
at
that.
the
You
top
go
of the
down.
ship.
You go down and sink with that ship. Go ahead.
No.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
We'll see.
Up next, we switch to college. The college football playoff rankings are hot off the press. Are we okay with where Bama's ranked? We'll break down the playoff picture back in a moment.